Okay, all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashar Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS and salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And naming this lesson is video to the brother Demashapite. It's called responsibility. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna get right to it. Go ahead, get that Peter for me. Oh yeah, I got my reader with me, the brother Kaya. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and the witness of the sufferings of Mashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you."
Right, feed the flock of Yahweh Bashar Shai that is among you. So, hey, like Paul said, which we're going to get there. He said, what? We endure what? All things for the elect's sake. All right? So what? We got to constantly push this truth, all right? And what? It's our responsibility, all right? As the brother Demashapite said, that's our whole purpose, all right? Matter of fact, get that. When the Lord asked Peter, he said, "Do you love me?" He said, what? Feed. He said, what? Feed my sheep. That's what it's about. You got to feed the sheep, man.
So like this is you want that when Yahweh Shai's Khan. Hold on.
Yeah, pop up.
Khan. John chapter 21. I'll start up some. It says, this is John chapter 21, verse 15. "So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs.
Right.
He said to him again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee.
Right, so if you claim yourself to love Yahweh Bashar Shai, or even love your brothers, guess what? You gonna feed them. When you read what's that, Matthew 25, he said, what? You did clothe me. You gave me something to drink when I was thirsty. You gave me food when I hungry. Go ahead.
He says, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep.
Right. See, feed my sheep. The Lord keeps saying, and what? Feed the sheep. So you claim to be in this truth, what? You're supposed to be feeding the sheep. Read out.
Verse 17. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me?
Because the Lord said, if you really love me, guess what? You gonna feed the sheep. Go on here.
He says, and he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. How Shai saith unto him, Feed my sheep.
See, feed my sheep. Read.
Verse 18. Verily, verily, I say unto thee, when thou wast young, thou girdest thyself, and walkest whither thou wouldest. But when thou shalt be old, thou shalt stretch forth thy hands, and another shall gird thee.
You can stop right there. Going back to Peter.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2. It says, Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint.
Right, not by constraint. Read, look up that word.
The word constraint is by force or constrain compulsorily.
No, that wasn't the word, was it?
That's one of them. But when you look up the word oversight,
right, oversight, right.
It says oversight. I read the verse, 1 Peter 5:2. It says, Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof. The word oversight is to look upon, inspect, to oversee, look after, care for.
See?
It says, of the care of the church.
And of the care of the church. See? And that's our whole duty. Give me 2 Corinthians 11:28.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 28. It says, Beside those things that are without, that which...
Jump up and read those verses. Let me see. Read, start from Start from 22.
Con.
Then read to 28.
2 Corinthians 2 and 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I.
Go ahead.
Are they Israelites? So am I.
Go ahead.
Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Mashiach? I speak as a fool. I am more in labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent.
So Paul was going through all this shit. Keep reading.
In deaths oft. Of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one.
Go ahead.
Thrice was I beaten with rods.
Go ahead.
Once was I stoned.
Go ahead.
Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep.
So Paul was dealing with some shit. Read. He was catching purity hell. Read.
In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers.
Go ahead.
In perils by my own countrymen.
Go ahead.
In perils by the heathen. In perils in the city. In perils in the wilderness. In perils in the sea. In perils among false brethren.
And nigga complaining about 3 videos. Go ahead.
In weariness and painfulness. In watchings often. In hunger and thirst. In fastings often. In cold and nakedness.
Go ahead.
Beside those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches.
The care of all the churches. So he had to deal with that. He had to deal with all that. But guess what? He had to what? Take care of all the churches, man. Now click on that word, care.
Salakia. I thought you were saying go back to the P.
Matter of fact, Salak, because I should be hitting on scriptures on here, our brothers.
Yeah, I got it for you though.
2 Corinthians, hold on. 11:28. Go on here.
Yeah, so they can see it on yours. Yeah.
Right.
The word care, con. In verse 11 and 28, it says anxiety. It says through the...
Go right to the Strongs.
Okay, con, right through the Strongs.
Yep.
It says from 3307 through the idea of distraction, solicitude,
right, so
care.
Right, so solicitude. Hey, Gabario, come get the door. Go ahead. It's all good. Just tell them to hush their mouth and come here.
Con.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it says through the idea of distraction, solicitude.
Now that word solicitude, let's go to that real quick.
Con.
I got it right here, brother. That's if it pop up. They allow me to.
I'll read it for you.
You got it? The word solicitude?
Yeah.
It should be the third meaning on there. Go ahead.
Con. I'll read this is dictionary.com definition 3. It says an attitude expressing excessive attentiveness.
See, excessive attentiveness.
Yep.
So Paul had to deal with the church excessively. All right. Mm-hmm. Which means what? He was constantly doing the work, constantly feeding the flock.
Yep.
Read.
That's the. I looked up some synonyms for the word. It says TLC.
Right.
Tender love and care.
Right. Tender love and care. Read.
It says attention, concern.
See.
It says consideration, watchfulness.
See.
But when you look at the antonyms, that's the words that's the opposite of what it means. It says calm, content, contentedness, ease, peacefulness. We're not content because it's a lot of work that need to be done. You know? So like when Paul said, when you look up that word care, he said, look, I'm dealing with all of this, but I still got my focus on the proper building of the church, because what? That's the most important.
Yep.
You know?
Go ahead.
On that word.
Was that it to that, right? That was it. All right, now back to what we was going to.
1 Peter 5.
Matter of fact, give me that too. Therefore I endure all things.
Yeah.
Because that's a perfect example. All that shit Paul was going through, but guess what? He still had to take care of the church, because why? That was his responsibility.
Yep.
You know?
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 10.
Then after that, go to 1 Timothy. You go here.
2 Timothy 2 and 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake.
See?
That
go ahead.
That they may also obtain the salvation which is in Mashiach Yahushua.
And that's what you're doing. You're trying to lead brothers to salvation. Read.
Yep, with eternal glory.
With eternal glory. Now go to 1 Timothy 4 and 13.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine.
Go ahead.
Verse 14, neglect not the gift that is in thee.
Which is what? This knowledge, read.
Which was given thee by prophecy.
He was given thee by prophecy, read.
With the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
The presbytery means the elders, read.
Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all.
That thy profiting may appear to all. Appear to all. Ooh, the brothers, the churches.
Yep.
Read.
Verse 16, take heed unto thyself.
See, take heed unto thyself. Read.
And unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear
thee. Save them and them that hear. You see?
Yep.
Go ahead. That was it.
Yeah.
Now, go back to Peter. Then we're going to close up. Finish that in Peter and going to close up.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5, Salakia, verse 2. It says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint. Now, when we went into the word oversight, it was excessive attention.
Yep.
Like pay careful attention.
And that word here, what it means to basically read that.
Matter of fact, that it was the word care that said careful attention.
Yeah.
But when you look up oversight, it says to look carefully. It says of the care of the church, which rested upon the elders, by implication to look diligently to be aware. So you gotta understand what's going on, understand what's needed, understand what's lacking. That's paying attention. But it says taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint. So you're supposed to take the oversight because what necessity is laid upon you. That's your responsibility. That constraint, when you asked for that word earlier, that's force, or by compulsorily. So you got to be driven to do that. It says when you're going to, it says by force, by threats. So you got to be threatened, like the Apostle Neil was getting on us now. Some guys need it, some guys don't. But the scripture says, hey, you got to feed the flock of the Most High, taking oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly. Continuing verse 2, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Verse 3. And that filthy lucre is the money. All right? Deceitful gains. It says, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
See, being examples to the flock. And the apostles are a great example of that. Read.
Verse 4.
Because they just don't tell us to do something. They don't do it. They lead by example. Read.
Yep. Verse 4, and when the chief shepherd shall appear,
right, which is Yahweh Shai, read,
ye shall receive a crown of glory that faded not away.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Read the 5, yeah. Just read it. We're going to shut down right there.
It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yeah. All of you be subject one to another and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud and giveth grace to the humble.
Yep. Read the 7.
Humble yourself.
No, you know what? Read the 8, man.
It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time.
Go ahead.
Casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you.
Read.
Be sober. Be vigilant, because your adversary.
See, be sober, be vigilant, man. Read.
Because your adversary.
Which means what, man? Focus on his work, man. Focus on doing his work. Read.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Right, and that's why this should be your first responsibility, besides anything else you got in this world, man. So with that, I'm say, I don't know. Whom is steadfast in the faith, knowing the same. All right, I'm gonna stop right there because all of it. That's a good chapter, that book of Peter.
Yeah.
With that, I'm gonna say, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, double honors to the elders of GMS, and salutations to all y'all out there that's listening to truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
That was kind of fire.
I know.